All right, See You in My Free Head. This one is the oldest song that I wrote that made it on the shopping cart. I actually wrote this one and recorded the guitars and bass and rough vocals that I re-recorded later here in August of, or September of 2021, actually, in Nashville. And this one is definitely like a very like distinct sound. It doesn't sound like any of the other songs in the album. Like I said, it's got like a very specific guitar part, which again, very happy with it, but it's definitely like, it's hard to play over it because it's like, it is so specific. And like Sam made that comment when he ended up recording drums over, I didn't use my drums for the record. I had Sam re-record and he did a great job. He definitely kind of voiced that for sure, and he's absolutely right. It definitely has a very distinct arrangement and roadmap of the song, but it's very simple in the fact that I'm literally just saying "see you in my free head" the whole chorus basically. But essentially, it's a made-up love song. This was sort of before I really started to write a lot more songs and churn out songs of like more personal connection. This is a song that's got, okay, that's part I'll point out real quick. This is definitely a part that I thought had kind of that Oasis, like simple but like catchy vibe. So it's definitely just like a made up love song. And then like See You in My Free Head is sort of like, okay, like I've gotten over this and like, you know, I'm not letting, even it's kind of ironic because if I'm writing a song about it, like clearly whatever that made up thing is for someone, like clearly still affecting them. But I was happy with that scream. But I think like, it just was a cool thing to write. And I think I originally started writing this song on the plane, and it's so hard to write music on the plane because you really can't, you can't record a voice memo. You don't want to be a weirdo and like do something that people would hear. But I think on my way to a family trip on the plane, I think I was coming up with this at one point and ultimately finished it a few months later. But again, it's just like not a super deep meaning, but like I thought See You in My Free Head was catchy and it just sounded good. There's not too much thought. And then this solo, I almost feel like I did it for like a TikTok or something. I don't know for sure I did, but it's a little more technical, and I don't know if it's what I would have necessarily just like come up with. I could be getting that wrong. It could be another song I never finished, but I do know it's a bit more technical than anything else on the album, but because I take pride in my guitar and technicalities and showcasing that a little bit, at least my lead playing and not just being a songwriter, I felt like that was a good song to showcase it. And then this breakdown I thought was really cool. This is the only song that has the original mic vocals, which then here I go back to the TLM 103 and it gets loud again. Definitely a headbanger all the way throughout in the choruses. And it is a little repetitive, I guess, but in a cool way, I almost like wanted it to be. I wanted to kind of be like, just put it in people's heads, See You in My Free Head. You're gonna be singing it at the shows if you really like it, so. And then this part is where like the mellotron comes in as well, that I used in Invincible too. But the vocals I felt like I definitely nailed here. Kind of gave a little bit more there, and then harmonies. Some guitars in the back. And then this bass line I was really happy with too. I didn't talk about, but I played the bass on this. So that's See You in My Free Head, but I thought it was a good 12th song. I haven't been really talking throughout this about like the order, but I think I'm happy with the order. I think it makes sense to me. I've known what the order is going to be for a while, which is kind of weird, but like I'm sort of like, I've told people and I'm like, that's the order I'm thinking of, and I think everybody's backed me on it. I mean, no one, if anything, like no one would tell me, oh, this should be the order, but I'm definitely happy with this being 12. I think it's a good song to kind of have later in the album. Not that I'm not proud of it, but like showcase the others, have this one a little bit later because it's a little more funky, and then like, not funky in the funk genre, but just funky. And then the very last song being How Come It Happens, which I think is a great, I'll talk to you in a second about that. But ultimately, See You My Free Head I thought was a great 12th song, so there you have it.